Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maddie. I haven't posted in a very long time, but here I am. Short hair, new place. So yeah, today I'm doing a fall look inspired by a girl on Instagram named Beauty Becky. She did a look using the Anastasia, or not using the Anastasia Subculture palette, but based off of the colors in the Subculture palette, and I own the Subculture palette, so I thought, like, why don't I just do the look, because I've been doing it quite frequently these past few weeks. I've been like wearing this a lot, even before I got the Subculture palette, and after I got the Subculture palette I've worn this a couple times, but even before I used a bunch of MAC shadows and just improvised and just kind of like used similar colors to what she used to create this exact look. So I really like this look. Obviously it's really pretty and perfect for fall, which we are now jumping into, and I'm gonna try to have more fall looks up, and I'm also gonna try and do some Halloween tutorials. So if you'd like to see that, then just subscribe to my channel. But the picture in question by Beauty Becky, which is super duper pretty, I just followed her on Instagram, which is crazy because I've been liking a lot of her stuff for a really long time, but I guess I just never like followed her. But this is, oh god, I don't even know if you can see it, but like this, I don't even know if you can see it. Really beautiful and smoky, kind of like purple burgundy on top, blended into orange with some blue and yellow on the lower lash line. So yeah, if you guys want to see the look, please keep on watching. Follow Beauty Becky on Instagram. She's got some really cool badass looks, some really unique stuff, some really pretty Instagram type stuff. But if you guys want to see how I achieved this look in total, then please just keep on watching. So I've already gone and done skincare, skin prep, brows, foundation. I'm testing out the new Fenty foundation. I'm in the shade 120. So we're gonna see how that works out. And I'm wearing powder as well. I'm first just going to go in with some bronzer. I'm going to be using Delicates from MAC. This is from the Fruity Juicy collection. And I'm just going to be using a random brush from like Amazon. And I'm going to adjust my mirror and start to apply that. And I've given my foundation quite a bit of time to like rest, my foundation and powder and whatnot, just because I've noticed that like my foundation tends to, or at least like my face tends to soak up a lot of product as far as like color goes. So like bronzers, blushes, like a bunch of like face products tend not to last on my face very well no matter what I'm wearing. So I've decided like to kind of test things out and see like what keeps my foundation, or not foundation, but like my face products in the best. And so one of those experiments is by literally like just letting my foundation sit for a really long time, because I'm thinking maybe it's like my foundation not being set for long enough, or my face kind of like, as my foundation starts to set, my face kind of like tends to absorb the color. I'm thinking that's what it is, I don't know. And I'm just going to take this also on the center of the face. Tone it down my nose a little bit. I'm going to take a smaller version of that brush, this guy right here, and I'm going to use that on like my hairline up here to kind of give it a little bit of warmth. Also because it's like very, very like pale right up here, so just to kind of maybe let that blend in a little bit better. And then I'm also going to apply that to the jawline. And I feel like now it maybe looks a little bit overpowering, but maybe that's just how it looks in the viewfinder. I don't know. My brushes are like super duper dirty, by the way, so don't mind that. I'm next going to apply some contour. I'm going to use Cosmic Force by MAC. It's one of the Mineralize blushes. It's going to give a really nice subtle sculpt to the face, especially for fairer girls. And I'm just going to take that on like a Wet n Wild brush. I don't know what this one is called specifically. As you can see, this one's kind of, I wouldn't say it's near the end of its life, but it's definitely seen better days. And I'm just going to apply that right, like, basically like right underneath the cheekbone, like on the cheekbone, the underside of the cheekbone. blending that back into the hairline. Just kind of going back and forth and sculpting the face. Obviously, I like a lot of color on my face. You will see by me adding blush as well. I'm gonna use 2 different blushes. I'm using, the first one is Gingerly from MAC. I use a lot of MAC products, if you can't already tell. And I'm going to apply that towards like the back of the cheekbones first. Kind of blending inwards. That's a lot of product. Oopsies. And then I'm going to go in with Warm Soul by MAC. And I'm really just going to go in all over the cheek with that. That's going to add a lot more like shimmer. And also I'm going to tone down a little bit more of my blush. I might have gone a little bit too hard. And then I'm going to clean up underneath my contour and whatnot with my sponge that had my powder on it because I bake. I'm just going to kind of pat that on, clean that up. And then with my bronzing brush, the one that I use to bronze my cheekbones, I'm going to kind of blend the two together. Not blending down necessarily, but just like diffusing the line a little bit. It looks like that. I hope that we're in focus here. If we're not, I'm gonna be so fucking mad. And then I'm gonna use another Fenty Beauty product. So to highlight my face, I'm gonna be using the Fenty Beauty Killawatt Freestyle Highlighter Duo in Lightning Dust and Fire Crystal. To apply that, I'm using a MAC 159 brush. It's kind of fluffy, but still kind of flat at the same time, duo fiber. I like to use this with foundation as well, but I find that with the Fenty Beauty foundation, I prefer using a brush like this, is the 170 from MAC. Again, like horrendously dirty because all my brushes are horrendously dirty right now. I like using a flat brush with this foundation just because it applies it quicker compared to this, which takes a little bit longer to apply foundations. But I really like this brush specifically with my Studio Fix Fluid, which is my favorite foundation. But I'm going to start by using the shade Lightning Dust, which is the, I want to say like more subtle side. And I'm going to just pat that on. And just kind of sweep it in this area right here. And then I'm going to apply that high points of the forehead, the nose, the Cupid's bow, and the chin, a little bit on like the lower lip. And then I'm going to take the shade Fire Crystal, which is the more glittery side. But I'm going to really like dip that brush in there, like seriously like saturate it. And then I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Hangover Spray. This guy. And really just like spray it on the brush. Pat that on the highest point of the cheekbones. Again on the nose. I like looking kind of like a Rudolph type of, you know. Yeah, that is the face so far. No eyes. We're gonna get into eye makeup like right now. I feel like you're really in focus, but maybe you're not. I don't know. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna be using, to prime my eyelids, the Soft Ochre Paintpot by MAC. I'm just gonna take that on my finger and apply that onto my eyelids. Also, let me know if you prefer more of like a talk through tutorial like this, or if you like more of a voiceover, because I have a couple voiceovers on my channel. So let me like go back and watch those if you want to, and let me know if you prefer those or more of like a talk through like this, where I'm just kind of sitting down and like explaining as I'm doing, rather than like doing it and then inserting the voiceover of me, I guess, explaining what I'm doing. I thought you would prefer these over voiceovers, but what do I know. To set that eyelid, I'm going to be using just like a random like cream colored eyeshadow. I'm actually just using white chocolate from the Chocolate Bar palette from Too Faced. But you can literally just use like any eyeshadow color that like I guess, matches your skin tone to set your eyelid base. Now, for the star of the show. So we received this at work really, really late. I work at Macy's, like at an impulse counter, if you are not aware. We received these really, really late. I don't know if it's because they, excuse me, were like repressing the eyeshadows, or I know Anastasia's just like, I love Anastasia, but they're really, really behind on like when they do stock and stuff. So I don't know if it was like just them being late on stock or like what was going on there, but we got these really, really late. I went to Ridgedale Mall for my artistry training, and I saw them there. They had them before we did. So the moment that I was at, like I saw it at Ridgedale, I was like, mine. I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna take you home with me. We're gonna have some fun together, you and I. And I really, really like this palette. I feel like the Modern Renaissance was super uninspiring, but this one to me is a lot more like up my alley, and I feel more like inclined to do looks with this palette. So first I'm just going to take Dawn onto, this is a random like Sonia Kashuk fluffy blending brush. It has like eyes all over it, or it's supposed to, but I've had it for like over a year now, and you know, I guess it kind of just fades. But I just like dipped it in a little bit, and I'm tapping off as much excess as possible. I continue to tap off until I see no more powder on the brush. And I'm just going to go in and apply that into the crease. There was a lot of flack for this palette for it being super powdery and like too pigmented and whatnot, but honestly, I feel like it all just comes down to technique. There's a specific way to do it. And like I know like some people aren't going to want to buy this palette because they have to go out of their way to like do a certain technique, but like this is really how you should be applying eyeshadows anyway, if I'm being honest. And it's not, you know, to discredit anyone's like reviews, and maybe they did get like a bad batch or something, but I don't know. Really, I feel like it just comes down to technique, and that's the truth of it. So I'm kind of just like layering this eyeshadow up until I feel like I like the intensity. Then I'm going to go in with the shade New Wave right here. I'm going to go in with New Wave from the palette on a MAC 217. And again, just like touch, touch. Tap off as much eyeshadow until I see no more eyeshadow. And I'm just going to go in and apply that into the crease. Kind of slightly blending upwards into the shade Dawn, which by the way I'm almost out of. Like I can see what people mean, like I know what they mean when they say it's too powdery, but like you just need like the lightest touch. I do kind of dig in Dawn a little bit, but I try not to do that with any other eyeshadow. I'm not gonna be like super upset when Dawn, when I run out of it though, just because like I don't feel like this color in particular is like really any special. Orange Soda from Anastasia is the exact same, like I guess like it's in the same way for me where like I really dig in it a lot, and it's my favorite like transition shade. So I'm almost out of that one. I'm gonna go back in with Sonia Kashuk brush just to kind of blend that out, soften it a little bit. Then I'm gonna take the shade All Star, which is this burgundy one right here. Please ignore how ugly my fucking nails are. And I'm gonna use a MAC 221 for this one, and again I'm just going to dip. See, there's a lot of product on there. And tap off as much excess as possible. And I'm really just going to go in and like just kind of trace out the eyelid. Almost like a cut crease, but not quite. Because we're going to blend it up a little bit into New Wave. I'm going to go back in with my 217 with no extra product on it, just to kind of go right over those edges and blend them a little bit. I'm going to go back in with All Star again and repeat the same process all over again. And to apply the eyelid color, I'm going to be using the MAC 239 brush, this flat one right here, and I'm going to be using All Star again. And I'm just going to press this onto the lid. So I'm going to go back in and apply another layer. And I'm just going to keep on layering until it is like the right opacity for me. And of course going in and blending when I see fit to blend. Going in on the other side. Then for the waterline, I'm going to be using the shade, actually no, I'm not there yet. I'm going to be using a MAC 286 brush. I never touch this brush, even though it's like really dirty. Just my brushes are just like disgustingly dirty right now. And I'm going to take the shade called Edge, which is that like mustard yellow color. And I'm just going to dip in it, tap off all the excess. I feel like there's a theme in this video. And I'm going to apply that right underneath the lower lash line. Less on the lower lash line, more like towards like, I guess more like on the eye bag itself. In the picture, she has like that blue blended into, or like that peacock color blended into the mustard color. So like it's super subtle, but like it's still there, and I want that kind of like peak of mustard underneath the eye, and I'm going to connect it up to like this outer corner right here. And I am taking it down kind of far, but I just kind of like to take my eye makeup down a little bit further than most people do. So then I'm going to take, this is a really old eye pencil. I've used Urban Decay Mainline before and it looked really beautiful with it, and I'd probably recommend that. But this is just kind of what I have on hand. This is the Rimmel Soft Kohl Kajal Eyeliner Pencil in the shade Jungle Green. I don't even know if they sell this anymore because it's really, really old. Don't want to talk about how old it is, but it's old. And I'm just going to, I'm going to grab a small mirror and apply that on the waterline. And I'm also really running this along like the lower lashes too, and a little bit below that. Or a bit below that. Just kind of like right above that mustard color. Okay. I'm going to take the color called Axis on a pencil brush. This is a Sonia Kashuk one from the same line as the like fluffy brush that I used before. And I'm just going to blend that into the blue eyeliner. Really smudging that in there. I'm blending downwards towards that mustard color, that edge. And it looks really, really harsh right now, but I'm going to go in with a touch of Axis, just like the smallest touch, on a Sigma E45. I'm going to tap off all that excess and really bring that down right into that yellow color. And I'm going to go back in with a little bit of Edge, literally like just the same as Axis, just a touch. And I'm going to blend that up into the blue. So to highlight my inner corner and brow bone, I'm going to take, again, the Killawatt Duo from Fenty Beauty. I'm going to use the shade Lightning Dust on the brow bone. That one was the more subtle one. Just right underneath. I can't remember whether or not the picture from Instagram was highlighted, like if she highlighted her brow bone or inner corner, but I'm going to, just because I feel very naked without it. And then I'm going to use Fire Crystal on the inner corner, and Fire Crystal is the more intense one. I don't know if I mentioned it before, but this is my MAC 219 it's so old that it's completely worn off, but it's a really, really good brush. For mascara, I'm going to use the MAC Hot and Naughty 2 Black Lash. And I like to kind of like, because there's two different ways to use it. There's like the larger side, and it's not even larger, it's just that like this side has the most amount of product on it, because it's the same wand, but then when you twist this like smaller wand up, not even smaller, it just kind of like runs it through like a little like filter almost, and it gets rid of most of the excess product. So if you want more natural lashes, you could go with like this little guy over here, because this side can end up being a little bit clumpy, but I don't really mind too much. Oh, I almost poked my goddamn eye out. God damn it. And then I'm going to use the like smaller like cap. It's gonna kind of go over the edges of my lashes and then do my bottom lashes. Okay, so I'm gonna get these mascara dots off of my eyelids, and then I'm gonna do some lashes. I'm gonna use Goddess from Tarte, and then I'll be back in like just a sec. I'm also gonna put on a lip, and I'll let you know what lip it is when I put one on. I'll be right back. To complete the look, I've applied Goddess lashes from Tarte, and then for the lips, I used MAC in Control lip pencil with Cookie lipstick from ColourPop. I don't know if they still sell that color, but I really like it. And then also the Too Faced Melted Latex in the shade Hopeless Romantic. And so yeah, so this is the final look. If you guys did enjoy it, then please give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you're interested in seeing more from me and on my channel. I'm gonna try and upload more often and film more often. We'll see how that goes. I currently don't have internet, but I can still get things up. It's still possible. But so yeah, if you guys are interested, just like and subscribe. So yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm sorry for making this outro so awkward, but I will see you all in the next video, whenever that will be. Bye guys.